Hello, everybody. I got a quick word from the Lord. So, this is in regards to expectations, specifically on outcomes for our work and our tasks that He has asked us to do. Okay. Whenever He gives us a task to do, we have this idea of how it's going to turn out. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that way. Sometimes it is opposite of how we think it's going to turn out. And that can be very discouraging. Let's say He gives you a word to give to someone. He says, John, go tell so-and-so over there. Blah, 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 blah. Encourage him. Tell him this. So John goes over, gives him the message, and that person doesn't take it well. John can leave feeling pretty defeated. He's on his way over there thinking, I'm gonna help this guy, like God told me to do this. It's gonna help him. Obviously, it's gonna help him if God told me to do this. And then he can leave feeling pretty defeated. This can happen in many different aspects of things that God has asked us to do. The Lord says that He is the God of the harvest. We are just workers in His field. It is He that produces the harvest. It is He that produces the outcome. Who are we to set expectations on what should come about through the work that we do for Him? Who are we? In 1 Corinthians 3, it talks about how some are planters and some are waterers, but God is the one that produces the harvest. We have tunnel vision. We're seeing it from one angle, but God sees it from many different angles. There may be a reason why He asks you to do something that completely has nothing to do with that specific act. It may have something to do with something else that you will never know about. But it's vital. Nothing He asks us to do is in vain. Nothing. But that doesn't mean that we have to know all the details about everything. That doesn't mean that we have to see the outcome each time. We are just His servants. We are just His workers in His field. So be encouraged. Every work that you do has an outcome. If He has asked you to do it and you fulfill the task, He brings it into fruition. Whatever He has intended to happen. And it goes on to say in chapter 3 in 1 Corinthians that each man will be rewarded according to his own labor. When we see like negative outcome after negative outcome after negative outcome from our point of view, it can be very discouraging, and like we want to just kind of quit, right? like we want to quit. But there is a promise of a reward if we don't quit. We will be rewarded for the work that we do. And I do believe that whenever we do get to heaven, he will let us see the things that we weren't able to see here on earth, and how, the things that we thought had no effect, how they did affect the outcome of other people's lives. Be encouraged. Little details do matter. Push forward through the discouragement. You do matter. Those little things that you do, they do matter. They do matter. And you are not working for other people. You are working for God, the God of the whole universe. You're working for him. And that is huge. I love you.